What's up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, y'all. Before we get going on today's video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. Also, if you got a breakdown or a prediction you want me to do, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. Don't forget about our live shows. We live every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Live every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And then you can catch me live with the singing OG KQKC Boxing Network, Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's get into today's video. And today, we got to talk about Errol Spence, man. The man talking about he feels super strong. He talking about how the weight cutter's been in camp. Udinese Ugas, and he wasn't surprised about Ugas and Manny Pacquiao, and that he's not really worried about Ugas. He's just talking about being sharp. And he also asked Bernard Hopkins and Golden Boy Promotions to show proof that Virgil Ortiz really got sick and ill, bro. So we got to talk about all that shit in this video. Let's start with the Virgil Ortiz shit first. I don't think Errol meant this as a shot at Virgil Ortiz. I don't think he meant this as a shot at Virgil Ortiz because he specifically called out Bernard Hopkins' name. And if y'all remember, when Errol Spence had to pull out of Manny Pacquiao with his eye injury and shit, Bernard Hopkins was the one talking about it was fake and he want to see proof and he don't believe it and he want to step out and say it because he want to say what everybody else is thinking and he ain't all that bullshit, bro. So now that one of Bernard Hopkins' fighters has gotten hurt because, Bernard Hopkins is attached to Golden Boy Promotions. Now that one of their fighters is dealing with something, a medical issue, Errol Spence is like, shit, y'all asked me for proof? Where his proof is? So just, the back and forth Twitter shit. Spence got a fight coming up. So even for him, he been tweeting a lot. Not nearly as a lot of fighters, but Spence been kind of on his shit, talking a lot lately. And you usually see this from fighters, when they got a fight coming up, stay relevant, talk your shit, all of that. And, Bernard Hopkins has been one of these guys, guys like Roy Jones Jr., they've been very critical of Errol Spence. They've been very critical of Errol Spence, and whether you want to call it hate, constructive criticism, all is fair game. Did I agree with Bernard Hopkins when he said that shit about Errol Spence showing proof? Nah, I don't agree with him, bro. But Errol Spence did show proof. Errol Spence ain't never been one to be a liar, and I just found it far-fetched that you would pull out of a fight for your biggest bag, your biggest payday, a legacy-defining fight where you essentially are getting a torch passed to you if you're able to defeat the older legend. I don't think you would fake an injury and pull out of that shit. So I always found it far-fetched for people that were saying that shit anyway. And for Errol Spence Jr., same thing. Like, Virgil Ortiz ain't been known to be no liar and shit. He ain't running around this whole duck and smoke. Like, why would he fake an injury or fake, an illness to pull out of a fight with Michael McKinson? No disrespect to Michael McKinson, but in my opinion, if you hold a gun to Virgil Ortiz's head, I'm sure him, his father, they team, they say that McKinson just ain't on their level, bro, and I would have to agree with him. So I don't think, somebody's going to fake something as serious as what Virgil Ortiz is claiming. So I think this is more so, Spence taking shots at Bernard Hopkins because of the shit he said about him when he was going through his injury. And, Virgil Ortiz is just caught in the crossfire, so to speak. Now let's talk about what he said about camp, because I got some quotes from him. So he says camp, this is what Errol Spence is saying about camp. This is from the PBC Podcast. He says camp has been great. I've been training hard, super focused, leaving no stones unturned, and listening to my coach. What did he say? He said he's coming up with a great game plan and making sure everything is on point by the time April 16th comes. I'll just be a full beast before I get in the ring. They asked him about being concerned because he's noticeably lighter in this camp. He's more in shape and more fit. And so they asked him about being nearer to his fight weight. Is that going to weaken him? Kind of how Oscar De La Hoya was saying he got weakened when he fought Manny Pacquiao because he kept his weight down and he didn't balloon back up or he didn't hydrate back up. And Errol Spence says, no, what Oscar De La Hoya did is he weighed in at 147 pounds and he came into the fight at like 148, 149 pounds. So after the weigh-in, he only gained 2 pounds, which was crazy. For me, if I weigh in at 147 pounds, I'm going to come into the fight like 160 or 161. That's why I feel he was so weak, because he was so depleted and didn't put anything back in his body. Our bodies are like computers. Our bodies adapt to anything. So if you're at a weight long enough, your body adapts to it and you'll fill out. Right now, I feel my body has adapted to it, and I feel strong in the weight class. I mean, at the weight that I'm at right now, even sparring 12 rounds, I still feel strong in sparring with 30 seconds of rest. I feel strong right now. It's a lot better than being 30 pounds heavier than your weight and putting on a sauna suit trying to lose that weight. So I take that over that pain any day. Says I'm working on my craft, and I'm not getting fighters that just fight like Ugas. I'm making sure I'm doing things correctly, making sure my reflexes are on point, my punches are sharp, and making sure I have a variety of punches and they're clicking all at the same time. They asked him if he was surprised that Ugas did Manny Pacquiao, how he did Manny Pacquiao. He says, no, I wasn't surprised at all. Manny's not the same Manny. I feel the one thing that defeats everybody is old age, father time, so I definitely wasn't surprised that he beat him. We know that Pacquiao is basically balls to the wall as far as throwing punches and making it an all-out war if he thinks that he's losing. I felt like he wanted to do that, but he just couldn't do it, and I wasn't surprised. Ugas did his thing, and he defeated the legend. I think everybody has a game plan until they get in there. He can say whatever he wants, but he's the trainer, and he will be looking in from the outside. It all sounds good until you get in the ring. And that last little part, that was his comments on Ishmael Salas saying that Spence's high work rate is going to leave him vulnerable to Yordenis Ugas' counterpunching. And Spence like, you can say that shit. You on the sidelines. That shit sound good till you get in there with me. So let's unpack all of that shit, bro. Let's unpack all of that shit. As far as the Ugas Manny Pacquiao situation that he spoke on, I'm going to believe what he's saying because I wasn't surprised, because you can go check the catalog. I told y'all Ugas was going to do Manny Pacquiao exactly how he ended up doing Manny Pacquiao. So I think I know a lot about boxing. I think I got a good eye for the sport, but Errol Spence is in the shit. I would say his eye for the sport is probably better than mine, so why would he be surprised if I'm not surprised? So I feel what he's saying there. The stuff about feeling super strong and his weight and stuff, we're going to find out about it. He got a new nutritionist. And strength and conditioning coach. They're the same person, Fight to Be Fit. They got a YouTube channel. I suggest you go follow them because they also work with Regis Prograis as well. So he has some fighters in his stable that he's been working with that have fights coming up. We're going to see what type of work he can do, what type of strength he's generating, and how these fighters are going to look in these upcoming fights. I'm really interested to see Regis Prograis this upcoming weekend. He's going to be fighting on Saturday, as a matter of fact, and we're going to be doing a breakdown tomorrow of his fight against Tyrone McKenna. But Errol Spence Jr., I got to see all of that. Like, he looked good in camp. He looked strong, looked fit. But we won't know how he really is, if he really is super sharp, if he really is super strong, until he gets in there. Now, I like that he's saying he's around 160. He gave a little nugget there. Hey, he's around 160 right now. He going to cut down to 147 and probably try to come back up to around 160. And I think that's good. Anywhere between 10 to 12 or 13 pounds rehydrating, that's pretty safe, and that's how you typically would like to do it in a sport. So looks like he's right on, according to him, he's hitting all his marks. He's right there where he needs to be. His body is acclimated to his weight. He's feeling strong, feeling sturdy. So we're going to find out, man. We're going to find out, and I can't wait to find out. And we are under the notion that we're going to believe him until we don't believe him. You know what I'm saying? Until we see otherwise. As far as the stuff about the trainer, look, I love this from both camps. Because you got Yordenis Ugas camp, Ishmael Salas, outstanding trainer. Outstanding trainer. He's improved Yordenis Ugas drastically. Look at Robeisy Ramirez, who is really, really improving under Ishmael Salas and becoming much more acclimated to the pro style and the scoring system in the pro levels. And Robeisy Ramirez is looking better. So Ishmael Salas is doing some great work over there with his camp. And they're confident. They think they'll be able to counter Spence. They think that his work rate, because he throws, welterweight high, 70 to 90 punches around when he really get shit going. They think all that output, all that work is going to leave him open for counter shots. And, that's the mindset that they got to have. Like, I don't want them to come into the fight. Do I think that Ugas is going to win? We'll see the week of the fight. Y'all know we're going to break it down and predict it. But I'd rather fighters and camps sound how they're sounding, like, hey, we're going to beat him. These are the holes he has. We're going to exploit this. We're going to exploit that. I love the confidence. And I love Spence's confidence, too. Look, y'all saying all that shit, that's cool. You just the trainer, though. He got to fight. You can talk all that shit. He the one that's going to have to execute that game plan and I'm going to make sure that he don't do that. So I'm loving what I'm hearing. I'm loving the energy leading up to this fight, man. Everyone that I've talked to, even people on Terrence Crawford's side, people on Errol Spence's side, people on Yordenis Ugas' side, everyone's excited for this fight. You got people that don't think Spence is the same. They want to see if that shit is right. And people that believe he is the same or even better, they want to see if that shit is right. And a lot of people want him to put on a good performance to make the Terrence Crawford fight bigger, so that there's no excuses going into the fight, right? Because what you don't want to do, have him have a bad performance, barely win, and then go into Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford beats the shit out of him, and then people start making excuses of eye injuries and accidents and all that shit. I'd never do no shit like that. You won't catch me doing anything like that, because that ain't how we rock over here. But to keep that from happening and make it where there's no excuse, he needs to go in there and he needs to put on a good performance. And based on the comments, based on how he looks in camp, how in shape he looks to be, seems like he's poised and he's primed and he's ready to go out and try to do just that. Will he be able to do it? Yordenis Ugas gonna have a lot of shit to say about that. You know what I'm saying? He can fight. A lot of his fights are split decision losses. You know, a lot of people feel like, me included, that he beat Sean Porter. So Yordenis Ugas is a top-notch, elite-level fighter. But if you're Errol Spence and you're gonna accomplish your goal of becoming undisputed, somebody like Yordenis Ugas, you got to be able to beat. You got to be able to beat rather convincingly if I'm going to give you a shot to beat Terrence Bud Crawford. You struggling against Yordenis Ugas and his counterpunching and his length and his jab and his reach and his creativity offensively, you damn sure will struggle with Terrence Crawford. So you can't go in there and struggle if you're Errol Spence Jr. And this is the type of pressure that needs to be on top-notch athletes, bro. You're supposed to be considered to be one of the best. Going out there and just winning, that's not going to be enough for fight fans, bro. You're going to have to go out there and you're going to have to dominate. So glad that he's in shape. Glad that he's confident. Glad that he thinks that all things are a go. So that way, we hold him to that same standard. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment down below. Smash the like. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Turn on your notifications. And go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. If you got a breakdown or a prediction you want me to do, knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is the email address. Don't forget about our live show. Live every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central. Live every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Central. And you can also catch me live Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. I appreciate everybody watching the video. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.